Greetings. So today I've got a rant. I hate to have to do rants every once in a while, but I must. And it's going to be race related, so some of you are going to turn off as soon as you heard that. The rest of you, I hope you listen to this because it just needs to be said. LinkedIn used to be a pretty great place to be because it was a website that was dedicated towards business and people would talk about business. Sometimes it was hard to reach people, but in general, it was about business. You knew exactly what you were getting. Then Microsoft bought LinkedIn and they decided they wanted to try to turn LinkedIn into their version of Facebook. There should really only be one Facebook, but unfortunately that's not the case anymore. And so now what you get is you get people who have all listed their business, who they work for online, who now get into streams and see things and make stupid comments that diminishes them and their business acumen or proficiency or whatever. It just diminishes them, and it's personal against other people. And it's really personal against minorities, and I'm tired of it. Here's my latest real gripe. Last week, someone posted an article on LinkedIn that highlighted this black woman who is a new billionaire. And there was this guy who eventually got on there and said, how come you have to mention that she's a black woman? How come you just can't highlight her as a woman who became a billionaire? The reason that this person put the link on there and the reason it's a big deal is because she's only the second one in history ever to become a billionaire who's a black woman. She's it. The first one was Oprah. And a lot of people used to dismiss that because they said, well, Oprah's this big media personality and it doesn't really count, which it should because there's a whole lot of media personalities who never became billionaires. But this lady made it through investing in the stock market, and now she's worth $1.1 billion. But think about that in history. 2 out of all the men who are there, and there's not even that many black men who are billionaires in America, but this was really significant because this was not related to, being someone who a lot of people knew. In fact, probably a lot of people had never heard of her before, but it was a big deal. Now, the thing is, this wasn't the only guy who decided to say it. Other people got on there. How come we always have to read these things when black people or whomever becomes a success? Why? Because there's this thing that says a lot of people don't have anyone who looks like them who they can aspire to. Why are there so many black kids who want to go into basketball? Because basketball is mainly black. How come so many want to go into football? Because football is mainly black. This is the kind of thing that we see all the time. Music, rap, whatever you want to call it. But there are other fields that are out there for someone to conquer. And it works if you can show that there are other ways to make a living, because let's face the fact here, a lot of folks don't make it in music. A lot of very talented people don't make it in sports. But you can always have an opportunity to make it in other ways. And so we highlight this kind of thing. And you highlight it on a site like LinkedIn because LinkedIn is supposed to be about business. And so if you have someone who's been named or shown that they have had a success that is very rare, then it's a big deal. Let's think about this. Let's just take it out of work for a minute. Let's go back to when Denzel Washington won the Academy Award, and we were ecstatic. Yes, black people were ecstatic. We were happy when Halle Berry won, and white people came out of the woodworks. Big deal. Why is this such a big deal? Why is it a big deal? Because before them, only one ever had won, and she won back in 1939. It was Hattie McDonald. Here's one of the things about the Academy Awards. If you win, now you get to actually vote the next year or for a bunch of years on other movies and other actors. How come probably there were almost no minorities who were ever nominated? Because there were no minorities who were watching the movies who could vote for the Academy Awards. These kind of things, it's inclusion that really helps everybody have a fair shake at it. And it works in business the exact same way. I'm in healthcare and I consult at hospitals, but there's not a whole lot of me. And you don't know how many times where I have walked into a meeting, and this has only happened in New York State. It hasn't happened in a lot of other places, although occasionally it has. When I walk in and I get that immediate, because they're not expecting me. I don't necessarily have a black sounding voice. I can't hide what I look like, but my voice is my voice. And, if you've never had to encounter that, then you have absolutely no idea what it's like trying to be a minority, trying to make it in this world. You just have no idea. So what I'd like to ask is for y'all to stop diminishing the success that someone else has. And this is going across the board. Stop diminishing it entirely. You know, Kylie Jenner, just to use as an example, when she was named as the first self-made billionaire or whatever, a lot of people jumped on her for that. Now, I don't know if she's considered a minority or not. I'll tell you the truth. You know, I don't really understand all of these kinds of things. But the thing is that it's still tough to become a billionaire. And people jumped on it saying she wasn't self-made. You know what? She didn't make all that money from her TV show, which I've never seen. But she didn't make all that. She helped to design different things. She was a sponsor for a whole lot of other people, a lot of other products. She became a billionaire. Why are you kicking people who actually made it legitimately? You know, there's some politicians who are not really billionaires, who people just love to laud them. I'm just saying. I'm just calling it out like it is. So, you know, stop diminishing things that other people think are a big deal. If you don't have anything nice to say, shut up. Go away. Be gone. We could care less. We need more positivity. And if someone wants to highlight something that makes them feel better, is trying to make other people feel better, then stop being a negative nanny or whatever that used to be, Dora Downer. Stop being that person. That's my rant. My name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope y'all have watched this. Hope we have a great day.